request your permission to record this session. Right, welcome to the guests. You are here because you have been invited to have a look at an amazing opportunity. I love the word amazing because it means that you're in for a surprise that is going to change your life. My name is Esther Zambasi. A medical doctor by training. By passion, I love this opportunity. And I have been doing it for the past over 20 years, actually just over 25 years. And that should tell you something, because if I can stick with something that long, it must be good. I actually ceased to call it a business. I no longer call it a business. I call it my lifestyle. And that is a good way of looking at it, because then it takes away the stress factor of what a business entails. However, if you're here to look at a way to change your life and to make a good income, stick with us and see how it is done. I'll start with this quote, which was made by our beloved President Nelson Mandela. I think it rings really true. Money won't create success. The freedom to make it will. That's what you find in this family, the freedom to make money, and you need to know why. So let's go to the beginning. Is anybody struggling with finances? I think after the season that we've been through, yes, the answer to that is yes. Let me ask another question. How many of our youth do you see who are waiting and just waiting and waiting to be employed? We say in our family called NeoLife, be an employment maker, create employment, and don't just sit around hoping that your CV will be captured from cyberspace. It doesn't happen. So our vision is actually to have people full of energy and vitality because they have been given the freedom to do just that. Now, we use a method called network marketing. I call it the original form of marketing. It is the first way that products ever moved from somebody to somebody else. Okay, now what it is not, what network marketing is not, and listen carefully, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So if you're here to think that we are offering lots of money by next week, no, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme, because a pyramid scheme generally has no product or service. It is not regulated and collapses in under 2 years. And it is illegal. Whereas with network marketing, the form of marketing that we do, there are products, it is regulated, and it is a registered entity in whichever market it is in, and it has longevity. You heard me say that I've been doing what I do for over 25 years. So essentially, it is a system where there are products from a manufacturer, in our case, NeoLife, to the consumer, cutting out all those middle people that cause shrinkage or cause the price of the item to be inflated quite a lot. So network marketing is to get products from the manufacturer to the consumer, cutting out a big chunk of the budget, such as advertising, and that is then paid to the consumer. And we'll show you the details a bit later on. So the keys to building wealth, there has to be distribution of goods and services. Another important key, there has to be a global reach. I'll show you just now. Then leverage, I love that word because it simply means you create people with whom to work so that all of you together benefit, and you benefit from each other's time and effort. That is the meaning of leverage. And then of course there are consumable, unique, high quality products. And it's a business system that is easily teachable. What does that tell you? You don't have to have degrees after your name. You don't have to have any specific qualifications. All you need to have is the desire and the vision and dream to do it. Then timing. I said at the beginning that, look, freedom to make money. A lot of people have lost their sources of income, the secure jobs. That is now becoming a myth. So the timing is perfect to get people involved in this opportunity. Now, why network marketing again? Let's look a bit more at longevity. You have to look at a company and see that it has been in business for at least 10 years before you commit yourself to it. Well, this one has been in business for over 60 years. Isn't that amazing? The founder and field leaders have significant network marketing experience in NeoLife for over 60 years. It's 63 years now since its inception. And the company has to have leading edge research and development. We have what we call the Scientific Advisory Board, which I'm going to show you shortly, which is unique in that it is collectively a group of scientists who have so much experience that it is the only company of this kind to have scientists of that caliber, with so much wisdom and knowledge and foresight. Okay, so another thing about it, it has to have a fairly low distributor investment. In South African rands, the kits range from 720 to 2,800 rand. Now, I've just said the kits, which means you get product. You don't just sign up and your money goes down a black hole. You actually get product. So I like to say that effectively, to get started is as good as free of charge, because you're just redirecting your money into something that is going to ultimately pay you. The company has to have plans for international expansion. The good news is that we are in over 50 countries worldwide, and in Africa, 14 countries. And Africa is the fastest growing part of the world as far as NeoLife is concerned. So now let's talk a little bit about the health aspect, because, you know, health is very much like money. We never have a true value, idea of its value until we've lost the health or the money. So let's talk a little bit about health. Now, we have what we call the wellness pyramid, which means that in order to be healthy, you have to be doing some physical exercise, managing your weight, very, very important, having whole grain. Now, that idea, the idea of whole grain is becoming fast a myth, because food is processed. So it is quite rare to get whole grain. They have to take out the key portions in order that the food can have vegetables. Yeah, that's another fast, difficult thing to attain. Then some protein and fats and sugars. But the reality is, typically, the lifestyle of today is that people do very little physical activity, with the result that their weight gets out of control. Then they eat way too much fats and sugar, and especially the junk fats. It's good to eat the right kind of fats, but if it is the wrong junk, hydrogenated, highly processed fats, those are causing so much inflammation, it ceases to be funny anymore. Right, now I just want to show you that when we are born, generally at health. Now, I introduced myself as a medical doctor, and I'm here to tell you that in the 36 years that I've been practicing as a medical doctor, I have seen that this is no longer the case, that children are born bouncing out of their mother's womb. It's not happening anymore, basically because the mothers and fathers themselves are no longer healthy. Okay, and there are also other factors. So a lot of children are born sick, but by and large, we're supposed to be born in the healthy zone. And typically, we slide down a slippery slope into the sick zone via the tired zone. So effectively, half of our life is spent with low energy and in sickness, but That starts, they say, from about 20 to 50 years old. But I have seen teenagers, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, that teenagers tend to be very, very tired. And we think they're just being lazy. No, it is a problem that we are going to show you the solution to. What the problem is that their cells are no longer receiving the right nutrients because the cell membrane is supposed to be nice and permeable and allow the right nutrients to go in, and that can only happen if it is built well. Since the turn of the last century, food processing started happening. As I mentioned, long shelf life is the interest of the commercial food supply. And so our cells are increasingly becoming unhealthy. And each of us has between 70 and 100 trillion cells. So if they're so unhealthy, then we have a problem right there and then. So NeoLife was the first company all those years ago, since 1958, to bring back to our diets a product called TreeNN, which is actually the grain oils that have been processed out. So you can continue eating grain, but it is so important to replace these grain oils in your diet in the form of TreeNN. It is unique to NeoLife. And the net effect will be that you can feed your cells. It will enhance energy and improve nutrient utilization. And if anybody is on chronic medication as well, because I know there are lots of people on chronic medication, it will improve the way those medications help the person that is taking them. And ultimately, it is actually quite possible to reduce doses, and as the health improves, hopefully to stop using chronic medications. But I can say that as a doctor, but please don't tell people to stop their medications without checking with their doctor. Right. Who can we trust? Now, this is a good question because it has been shown in a research that was done between 2007 and 2016 that over 700 products that were randomly looked at on the shelves and were being marketed as dietary supplements actually contained hidden active ingredients that were found to be unsafe or unstudied. Now, I put this in because all of you have been given an objection that why should I use NeoLife? Why can't I just go to the local pharmacy and buy a vitamin over the counter? So the question, who can we trust, is a very good one. And I want to show you whom we can trust and introduce you to the Scientific Advisory Board. This is a board of scientists that were put together by this gentleman called Dr. Arthur First, who founded the board. He was a top toxicologist and pharmacologist, spent a big chunk of his life studying cancer. And so one day he announced that it is possible to actually prevent cancer. At that point, he lost sponsorship by the people who were more interested in treating cancer than preventing cancer. So he came across to NeoLife at the towards the end of the 60s. You must remember that NeoLife had been going since 1958. And so he arrived and set up a scientific advisory board. And the scientific advisory board has researched and developed a lot of our products to the extent that it has put NeoLife at #1 position in companies that give us nutrition supplements worldwide. #2 is so far behind that actually it cannot be seen sometimes. And what makes them famous is that they have stuck to one ethic, and that is everything that we use has to be human natural nutrition. And that is awesome. In other words, they give us food that God created us to be eating as human beings. They don't give us rocks and tree bark and things like that. So back to cellular nutrition, your cells, out of which we are each made, trillions of them, need to be fed at that level. And that's where disease begins. Contrary to what we seem to have been educated, disease begins at a cellular level. And that's where we should start the nutrition as well. I'm showing you TreeNN again, and I'm just reminding you that it enables the cells to allow nutrients in and waste matter out. Now, you might ask, what has a nutrition and wellness company got to do with cleaning products? I just want to pause here and tell you my story a little bit. This is why I started. I was looking for good, environmentally friendly, non-toxic cleaning products that were not going to leave residues around my house for my little children then to become poisoned. And that is exactly what I found. I had to pray to God for direction, and he sent somebody who showed me this opportunity. And I must tell you, I've never looked back. The day I got started, I threw away everything that I had ever bought to clean with and replaced them with these stunning products, which are sold as concentrates, all of them. And they do a lot of jobs. Super 10 is called Super 10 for just that reason. It does over 10 cleaning jobs. Whatever water can clean, Super 10 cleans very well. I love this particular one called LDC, which is a light duty cleaner. I use it for everything in my house. I ceased to buy soap, and when I first started, that's what we were using for baths and showers until my business started expanding, and I brought in other things that I'm about to show you. So, do you have the financial safety net that NeoLife offers? Is a big question. I can understand when you say, how will we ever afford those products? Well, I just want to say that the first rule in creating an income and making money is your willingness to save money. And it is your willingness to save money around your house that will create money. So let me tell you the backstory. It started with a dream. I hope you each have your own personal dreams. This gentleman is an amazing person. I've had occasion to meet him a couple of times, a few times. Now, he, as a young child, many, many years ago, he's now 80 plus, he was always sick with asthma, allergies, hay fever, pneumonia, you name it. And his family was quite poor. And one day during a very severe asthma attack, he overheard the doctor in the next room tell his mother that tonight he was not going to make it. So that decided him to breathe his way to the morning, and decided his mother to change something. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is key. If you are doing the same old thing and you are expecting different results, it is time to change something. So the company is built on those 5 core values, which are absolute honesty and integrity. People are number 1. Products that work. That is core value number 3. Products work, and they really do work. Equal opportunity for all. As I've pointed out, you do not need any CVs or fancy titles. And then you have to be ready, like the company was ready at the beginning, to have a long-range vision. Very, very important. So it started in the US in 1958. That makes it 63 years. Came to South Africa in 1971, which makes it 50 years in this country. And then it was spread to East and West Africa. And today, if you're a guest here, I hope that it will be the beginning of an exciting adventure with this family called NeoLife for you. Right. The first thing is decide, why would you want to change something? And to me, why, WHY, stands for what hurts you. What really hurts you? What is going to make you do something different? Okay, perhaps it's children you want to educate. That was one of my reasons. Perhaps it's a home that you want to move to or build, your dream house. Perhaps you are one of those who loves cars.
Hello?
Perhaps,
Hello?
I don't know who it is that is not muted. Please do not disturb. Perhaps you like to travel. I'm one of those who loves to travel. I just love to go and explore the world because I believe that's what we should be doing. And it will happen again. And then perhaps you're one of those who would like some extra cash in your pocket. I think everybody at this point in time has to realize that it isn't because we love money so much, it's because it is the currency with which life happens and life is transacted. You cannot buy food unless there is money to buy it with. Then for all of us, who doesn't want time freedom? So there are many compelling reasons, but now let's go through it very quickly. You partner with NeoLife. You do not work for NeoLife. If anything, NeoLife will work for you. And we've described it as it being in more than 50 countries. We have a scientific advisory board and we have 4 ranges of products. I've talked about the cleaning range and the reason that that was what caused me to start. But we also have personal care. We have an amazing age-defying skincare range for the face and neck for both men and women. Can I recommend that you seriously look into this range? Partly because also, if you have customers, you get a bigger profit on this. These ones will give you 20% profit. This one gives you a whopping 30% profit. Then, of course, the biggest range that got the whole company started is the nutrition range, in which there are so many world firsts, such as the technology of chelation for the minerals, such as the protein shakes. They were the first to instantize amino acids into shakes, and it's the only company that will give you all 22 amino acids as they occur in nature. So we are terribly excited about the products, but let's talk about making money. When you get started, you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Never, never by yourself, because if you're a guest here, you've been invited to have a look. The company itself will take care of all these other things, the logistics, the distribution. They'll provide you with literature and sales aids. You get a website. That is phenomenal because long before lockdown, we were already online. From 2018, we were transacting online if we so wished. We were practicing. We never knew that we would have to be locked down and actually use it as a way of doing business. Then as you grow your business through the products that the company supplies, your finances, as you start earning them, will be paid to you on time, every time. I want to urge you, if you have ever earned a bonus, it means that you have stepped up in the business. Don't ever look back. Once you start earning that bonus, all you need to do is to stretch to the next level and the next level. So it works like this. There are only 3 daily success habits to ever remember. Use the product. I thought to myself, this is amazing because the products are so good. Why wouldn't I use them? I was already looking for cleaning products. So I changed my shopping habits there and then. Now, if you do that, and let's say you do 100-point value. Point value in our business means that because we are in so many markets, we need a way to regularize turnover. So we use the point value, and the point value per product is the same throughout the markets. So get used to doing 100-point value at least. Then you share the business opportunity, talk to other people. Let's say you've talked to your 6 friends and each one does 100 points just like you. You have now created an economy of your friend with your friends turning over 700 points. In rand terms, that gives you about 700 rand, which is about $50. On your savings around your house, you might have sold a few products and you get a profit and you begin to earn a bonus. So you're excited and you share that information with your friends and they do likewise. Now your business is growing, and now if you add up all the turnover in the team, that is literally doubled, and so does the income double. Now instead of about $50, you get about $100. through your savings and your profit and your bonus. Exciting. And surely with social media, with WhatsApp, with phone calls, with talking to people, you can encourage everybody in your team to do likewise. And as you duplicate yourself, look what happens. The whole team now has a turnover of 4,000 points or more, which gives you the grand title of director. That should be the focus. And the income jumps from $100 equivalent to about, what would this be? About $500 equivalent, or plus or minus. Okay, in Rand terms, it's about 10,000 Rand. Really exciting. But you see, you need to speak to quite a lot of people, and some of them will say, no, I just want to buy, thank you very much. So count to your points. So at this level, you might do more than 100 in your own right, on your own name. Let's say you do 250. And as you do that, you get a profit, which is your money to manage as you wish. The next thing is personal development. I encourage all of you to please sign up with the Eagle team, and then I will give you tips on how to fully benefit from the Eagle team as well. So they help us with training, support, and personal development. Now, in summary, this is the table. I call it the stairway to success. Everybody who has ever done 100 points is what we call a distributor. So as you sign up, it is possible to sign up with a kit that will only give you 20 points. But if you are using the products, getting to distributor level is not only possible, but it is actually easy. Then you climb to manager, as I've shown you, senior manager, as I've shown you, you're earning from manager. Executive manager is an exciting new step where you and your team are turning over 2,000 points. That is literally halfway to your goal post, which is director. And as a director, you earn the maximum bonus of 25% of the business volume. Thereafter, if you maintain your director status, you become what we call Emerald Director. But excitingly, in kick some incentives. Each time you qualify as a director, as an Emerald Director, which is 3 months of director, you earn an extra set of money. In South African rands, I'll remember it's either 1,000 or 1,500 rand extra. So look up and up, okay? So the question is, if you do what you have always done, you will get what you have always got. Now, you need to make a decision today to change. So, but to change, you need to do today what others won't. What won't others do? They will refuse to change their buying habits. They will refuse to talk to people. They will refuse to get out of their comfort zone, okay? So you need to do today what others won't, so that tomorrow you can do what others can't. What can't they do? They can't earn an extra income. They can't travel. They can't reach their dreams. So what is your next step? To all that are guests here, start by speaking to the person who invited you. Fill the application form. As I said on the invitation, it's the last week of the month. You can make somebody's dreams come true by giving them hope. You can make your own dreams come true by qualifying at your next step. And now I'm speaking to the distributors. So consider what you will do with your NeoLife today. And I would like to stop sharing. And some people are actually coming in so late. We've reached the end of our presentation.